Remember GIGO, the CEO of AI, and it's Friday story as I share my first technology struggle. That's today's daily, and this is TechGno, turning tech talk into biz talk. Let's dig into the daily.
TechGno, turning tech talk into biz talk.
Remember GIGO? It was one of the first things I learned about computers, and according to this excellent article from Integreon's Vice President of Technology Solutions, Diane Homolak, GIGO is front and center once again. Yes, some of you remember garbage in, garbage out. Look, the computer is only as good as the data we feed it. Wow, that has never been more real than in this new era of AI. She writes, garbage in, garbage out manifests in three primary ways for Gen AI: as hallucinations, in the quality of the information, and lastly, in incomplete responses. Garbage in, garbage out is as real as ever. And the CEO of AI is our second headline as Forbes reports AI continues to transform the world and the world of business. Many organizations are creating new Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer (CAIO) roles to ensure that AI initiatives have C-suite visibility and a seat at the strategic table, with some actually naming a CEO of AI role. The article is a good read as it highlights the 5 archetypes of AI leaders, which they state this new CAIO role being in the general manager camp, as they work with other C-suite executives to create and steer AI initiatives across the enterprise. And if you follow us, you'll recognize this from our reporting at Infotech Live, as their CEO came right out and stated that technology is so core to every company's operation, who better than a technology leader to be next in line at the helm? It sounds like the AI fella might be stepping up. And it's Friday story as I share my original technology struggle. More than 30 years ago, I went to work for microcomputer electronics distributor Maricel, essentially a wholesaler that sold and marketed next-generation technologies from thousands of manufacturers, both hardware and software. After my first week, my manager approached me with a concern. While she was pleased with my energy and focus on the client and positive attitude, she was dismayed at my actual behavior. I was in sales and taking calls. The standard was about 100 to 125 inbound calls for this group of newbies before, if you're successful, being promoted into your own territory. My numbers weren't bad for the first week, averaging 60 calls a day. Her problem, and quickly my challenge, is that those 60 calls were accompanied with 53 calls to tech support. You see, technology was hard even back then. It was confusing and broad, and wow, I went home that weekend with a real problem. How am I going to learn this stuff quickly? Then it hit me. Focus on the customer and their needs, but also integrate your very own training program into the calls. And the interesting thing is that this new training program I came up with actually made my job easier, as it involved asking questions, which I quickly discovered took the spotlight off me and put it on the customer. Again, focus on the customer. So what was my magical training program that kickstarted an award-winning tech sales career? I decided that I was going to force myself to go deep. Each week, I isolated a specific category of technology. The first week, I decided that I was going to ask every caller what they were doing for printers. It kept me focused. I quickly learned the breadth of the line, the market position for each of the leading vendors, and then the various technologies in their products. The next week, it was operating system software. This is when OS 2 was still battling something called Windows 3.1.1. The next week it was hard drives, and I recall the day one of the vendors pulled us into a focus group to gauge anticipated backlash as they were about to halt production of 5 megabyte hard drives. I don't know. They said something about the volume of data was expected to grow. Oh, and I read my butt off. Today, you can simply watch videos, like some of ours at TechGno. We turn Tech Talk into Biz Talk. From baseline knowledge, features, and these TechGno dailies, please join us on the journey. We're here for business and technical leaders of large enterprise. Kindly like and subscribe, and hey, hope to see you on the other side.
GIGO. It's Irish for business.
TechGno, turning tech talk into biz talk.